You may have noticed a new option to pay when you check out at Whole Foods.
Yeah, it's called Amazon One, and customers who sign up can use their Palm to pay for groceries. We sent Boston 25 consumer reporter Jason Law to find out what shoppers think about it. J. Law?
Mark and Vanessa, tonight I learned from an Amazon spokesperson that all 32 Whole Foods locations here in Massachusetts are now using this palm scanning technology. And Amazon says you might be seeing this technology in other places soon as well.
Remember to scan your Prime code.
You may have noticed this new addition in the checkout lane at your local Whole Foods.
Please take your receipt.
It's called Amazon One. And after you've signed up, all you need to do is swipe your palm to pay for your groceries. According to Amazon, it's a safe and secure way to quickly check out. Amazon says, we treat your palm signature just like other highly sensitive personal data and keep it safe using best-in-class technical and physical security controls. Should consumers have any concern about using their palm print?
Well, I think the risk of someone getting a hold of your palm print and committing a fraud is very low.
Caleb Barlow is a cybersecurity consultant on the North Shore.
If you're using your handprint, let's say, to check out for groceries, great, super convenient, and the risk of a fraud loss is really, really low. On the other hand, if this was a bank that said, hey, I want your handprint and only your handprint to get access to your brokerage account and your banking accounts, I'd be very concerned.
We talked to local shoppers to see if they give it a try. Does it blow you away that we're kind of going to a place where you can just literally swipe your handprint and you can pay for stuff?
Yeah, it's a little sci-fi like, I guess.
Why do you have reservations about it?
I don't know. I feel like a card's easy enough, and isn't there a lot of, like, I don't know, I feel like your handprint's really personal, more personal than a card.
In addition to Whole Foods, Amazon says some Panera Bread restaurants are also using this technology, as are some sports venues like Coors Field out in Denver. We're live tonight. I'm Jason Law for your local station, Boston 25 News.
All right, Jason, interesting. Sure, we'll be seeing more of these pop up everywhere. Thanks so much.
Yasharahla, Yahweh Bashim Yashar Bashim Kadash, the honors of the prophet of Fitness, Gone Pizza, Teaching Full Shalom. And this lesson is going to be in regards to the first video that I brought out, and it's also going to be in regards to the article. This is on the Boston25news.com. It says Amazon palm scanning technology now at all 32 Massachusetts Whole Foods locations. This is on November 3rd, 2023 at 2:12 p.m. by Jason Law. It says Dedham, Massachusetts, Amazon's palm payment technology is now available at all 32 Massachusetts Whole Foods locations. A company spokesperson said Thursday. Amazon One, the retail giant's futuristic palm recognition service for identification and payment, reached more than 3 million users back in the summer and is being added to more locations across the country, including Panera Bread restaurants and sports venues like Coors Field in Denver. According to the company, it's easy to use and is a fast and secure way to pay for groceries. Caleb Barlow, a cybersecurity consultant on the North Shore, said more and more companies are using biometrics as a way to identify and protect consumers. And quote, I think the risk of someone getting a hold of your palm print and committing fraud is very low, Barlow said. And quote, if you're using your handprint to check out for groceries, great. That's super convenient and the risk of fraud is really, really low. On the other hand, if this was a bank that said, and quote, we want your handprint to access your brokerage and checking accounts, I'd be very concerned. Dedham shopper Corinne Recco said for now she feels more comfortable using her credit card or debit card to buy groceries. And quote, I feel like a card is easy enough. I feel like your handprint's really personal, more personal than a card, Recco said. An Amazon spokesperson provided Boston 25 with this blog and information about Amazon One form from its website. And it shows that 1, it's international, 2, it's gender and race agnostic, 3, it's highly accurate, and let me see. It also mentions that it protects palm data as well. And the rest of the information is on this article, as you can see in the picture that I showed. I'll put the link in the description. And without further ado, I'll bring out some scriptures, and Lord willing, make this lesson edifying to the hopeful elect. So this is the famous scripture a lot of brothers like to bring out when it's coming to, palm payment technologies and basically futuristic technologies that go into like making payments with your hand or your fingerprint or whatever the case is, but otherwise known as probably like biometrics. But it says in Revelation chapter 13 verse 16, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right. And we all know this is part of the beast system. This is the system that everyone's going to pay tribute to it in the future. And these are the things that other camps like IURC and ISUBK and just the rest of a lot of other camps that don't go into these prophecies, they pretty much overlook this, and camps that usually go into this is, mainly GMS and other camps that teach the like-minded doctrine. But when it's coming to this devil Esau, he's really using his technology to go as far as pushing about this new way of paying without using a debit card. And a lot of these people are finding it more convenient that they're just gonna, gradually accept this new system. Because one thing about this devil Esau, he's a serpent. He's not gonna come off strong with this. He's not gonna come off and be like, everybody gonna have to accept it, at this date. He's gonna have to gradually, have it to where like banks are failing, banks are running out of, fundings, or, he's gonna find a perfect like excuse in a scenario to pretty much stage why they have to push this digital currency. Because at the same time, this devil has to play the role of a savior, And as much as a lot of people say that they're gonna reject it in that time, taking the CHIP, they're gonna go along and take it eventually. Because that's the reason why in Revelation chapter 3 verse 10 talks about, that this is the hour of temptation. I know there was a brother out in Mississippi named Elder Kazak. I remember he brought out the information, like he was going on live at one point. I saw one of his videos that I think he was at a Whole Foods market, and he was showing at how they starting to have the palm payment, where you pretty much don't need cash or a debit card. The thing about Esau, man, he's really pushing that AI, which is his beast system. He's pushing it like heavily. But not gonna make the lesson longer than it should be, because this is just something short and straight to the point. So I'll bring out Revelation chapter 3 verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So this is going to be a time where when they push out that MOTB, where they're going to really force people to take it in order for them to pretty much be on the same page with society, to pretty much keep up with everyone else, staying on grid, so to say. This is gonna basically be the new norm. It's pretty much like what they did during the whole C-19, the pandemic, basically, which is a prelude to what's to take place. And that was just basically a microscopic, hour of temptation in a sense, because a lot of people, they claimed that they weren't going to take the jab, but they still went along and took that, plus the second time, and then another one, which was a booster, just to make shit go back to normal. Basically trying to seek to save their life, just to find out that they ultimately failed the test. And how did they fail the test? Because they gave into their temptations. You know, they wanted to go back to the movies. They wanted to go to amusement parks. People wanted to basically take the pleasures of this world. And, you know, they ended up losing out on all that eventually when they were in COVID-19. Everyone had to be masked up. Everyone had to basically quarantine. And they just wanted to do whatever it took for society to go back to normal. And then at the same time, they tell you that you didn't need to wear your mask if you got jabbed. And then at the same time afterwards, like let's say a few weeks after, they said people that are jabbed up and the ones that are unjabbed have to wear masks regardless. Shows you the stupidity of Esau and why you should never trust him. But anyways, this is just the gradualism behind the digital currency being pushed out. You know, they're gonna eventually have to find a way to make more of these biometric payments accessible, you know, in your, let's say, your local convenience stores, you know, your local supermarkets, and basically also local areas that people go to for entertainment as well, whether it be clubs, sports events, concerts, you know, basically, etc. So they're gonna set all this up to where now when the dollar crash, they're gonna find a way to basically say that because we have these payments where you could use, you know, your palm or whatever biometric way of paying, there's no longer a need for cash anymore. And now the only option for you to do now is take that MOTB so that you could be like everyone else in society, up to date with the new currency, basically the new wave. In other words, the new norm. So this is what we're gonna have to look forward to in the future. And as for brothers in the truth, when these things happen, you know, Lord willing, the Lord be with us, and we're gonna have to live off grid eventually. And a lot of people ain't gonna have that type of level of faith, so they're gonna do whatever, you know, the society tells them to do. So with that, let's edify and let's give all glory, praise, and honor to Adonai Yahweh, Bashem Shalom, Lakeh Vashai, Bashem Kakdash, Tabana to the Apostle, Elsbeth Melstop, Peace, Shalom.